Damn, this is said I just got in a bad argument yesterday with one of my Mexican friends. She asked why wasn't we being deported back to Africa? Because Black Americans are the only demographic of people in the United States who are non-deportable. We're the only ones that are not migrants. Let that sink in. And I'm not directing that towards you, sister. You already know what's going on, but a lot of those folks are confused. I mean, if we're really Africans and we really come from Africa, then why have they never tried to deport us to Africa? Let's talk about it.
Latinos have to be more delusional than J-Lo thinking she's really Selena to believe that black people can be deported in their own country and that black people are immigrants.
Are you people insane? What are you talking about?
Through my short tenure on this app, having conversations with people throughout the diaspora and people from around the world, it has come to my attention that many do believe that black people are actually immigrants in the country that we hail from. This is why we get hit with, where are you from? And when somebody says Georgia or New York or Detroit, they're like, no, where are your parents from? And I'm like, New York. They don't get it. And it's like, you arrived here as an immigrant and you think America is a white country. America's never been a white country. America has always been a multi-ethnic country in which white people have been the majority of, never been a white country. So you don't look at a black person or a native person and be like, oh, you're really American. That's just the reality of this country. We'll always say the only real Americans in this current iteration of America we have are white people, black people, and Native Americans, because those three people have been here since before the inception of America and during the creation of America. Everyone else came after. All the other European immigrants came through Ellis Island. The Italians, the Polish, the Jewish people, the Greeks, all of those people are later additions. We've been here since before all of them. So how can a black person be deported? I would implore you to actually know the history of the country you're living in or trying to occupy. And before you speak to someone who is actually a descendant of the people who have been here since the 1700s, do better. Do better. This is a sad attempt at you trying to force my hand to support Latinos because of what's happening right now. I do support everyone, but to say a comment like this is dumb because black people cannot be deported because we're from here. Now, can other black immigrants be deported? 1,000%. I have family that can be deported because I have family from all around the world. But I'm American. But that's a different conversation in terms of identity politics and how Afro-Latinos or Caribbean or Africans identify in this current phase of America. Latinos are the ones that are being targeted right now. Asians are the ones being targeted right now. And Latino people have a history of anti-blackness and a history of colorism within their community. You guys are racist towards your own dark-skinned people, your own black people. So you have to stop looking to black people for like unwavering support, and then in the same sentence be like, well, you're next, or you're ghetto, or you're this. And it's like the underlying tones of racism and threats that you guys put in your messaging aren't helping your cause. They aren't helping your cause.
Not true. Trump has already done this. Please look it up. Show me a black American, emancipated Negro, a slave descendant that's mother and father is from this land, and he has great-great-grandparents that were slaves on this land that's being deported. See, you might be talking about that Jamaican dude or something like that. You talking about the Jamaican that was deported because of his father. His father was Jamaican and his mother was Kenyan. Now, let me read to why he was not able to get citizenship because of his father. Let me read it to you. His father did not meet the physical presence requirement of the statute in the force of the time of Thomas's birth. That's Jamaican. Okay? So his daddy didn't meet the requirements anyway for his son to be granted citizenship, even though the son was born in Germany on a military base. His family does not have any lineage to this land. That's what I'm talking about. People that have lineage to this land. That's all that's important to me right now. Okay? So let's be truthful. Show me an emancipated Negro on this land that has been deported. A black American, not a person with an immigrant background, not a family that migrated here, not no refugees that's come over here that's black. I'm talking about a black American Negro. Until you show me that, we are not being deported.
And one more thing.
The dude that they deported, he had domestic violence charges and other felony charges anyway. So why we need him for anyway for beating on women? Why would he need to be here for anyway? Ship him on. Man, what's going on TikTok? How y'all doing? Hope y'all having a wonderful day. But check this out. Man, I noticed something with this deportation thing. I just couldn't figure it out. I said it in my video, but I just never thought about it. These people keep saying we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported, we're going to get deported. They projecting because we the only people that didn't immigrate here. We didn't migrate here. We not refugees to come over here. We not in the immigration system. We didn't have to pledge allegiance and denounce another country just to live here. We didn't do none of that. We not anchor babies. Our parents didn't come over here, didn't had us here. None of that. But they have. They have. And they hate that. They jealous of that. They jealous of that. Because number one, they thought they were going to be our replacement. They were working on it. I ain't going to lie. They were working real hard to be our replacement. Then number two, they came over here to colonize us. But when they found out that Trump made it a way where we are emancipated people, we are children of slaves, we can't be deported. They hate that and that bothers them. That jealousy and envy bothers them because they already come over here with jealousy. They already come over here with envy. But now they see we can't go nowhere. Now they want us to be scared with them. They want us to be scared of if we see an unmarked car drive past our house. They want our heart to be beating fast. You know what I mean? When we go to restaurants and we see ICE come take somebody, they want us to be scared with them. And we just out here popping fans, you know what I'm saying? Well, them fans, and we just popping fans, having fun, enjoying life, talking, trying to get our money right, trying to see what's going to happen in the future. We ain't even thinking about ICE. We're not even thinking about being deported like they is. They want us to be scared like them. They want us to be worried like them. You get what I'm saying? That, and I'm like, damn, bro, like they really are jealous of us. Not just the Africans and Caribbeans, the Mexicans are jealous of us. Because they mad because they not part of the 14th Amendment. They not. There's a lot of white people not part of the 14th Amendment either. They jealous of that, bro. We can trace our family to the 1700s. Some people can go far back than that. And they don't like it. And they jealous of it. And they hate it. I know it burns them up. Like all the contempt, all the anti-blackness they say about us, the rhetoric, the stereotypes, all that stuff they spew. And that one thing they can't get is the citizenship like we have. We emancipated people and they hate that. Oh, they hate that. That burns them up. That's why they doing these scare tactics on us. That's why they doing all these things, because they want us to be fearful, just like them, of being deported.
What's good, Echo Room family? Before we get into today's conversation, I hope you guys are all doing well mentally, emotionally. So guys, I appreciate every single one of you for showing up, thinking critically, and building real dialogue in this space. Also, quick shout out and credit to the original creators and stitched clips featured in this video. I don't own the original footage. I'm here to analyze, reflect, and help us unpack what's being said, not speak for anyone. So guys, let's just dive into the rest of the video. I will be back for more commentary.
During slavery times, who were the ones who worked the fields? And if immigrants are taking those jobs, and now the immigrants aren't here to do those jobs, and now you can't get a higher education, who does he expect to go work the fields? So should you also be worried and stand up for everything that's happening? Should the black and brown join forces?
First of all, ma'am, we have always been the target. We are the first target. And we never remove ourselves from being targeted. See, we used to being targeted. You understand? See, we couldn't play footsies with white supremacy. See, we couldn't put white on our census. We are FBAs, period. That's number one. Number two, about jobs. Black people do any job. Trust me, I know. But the difference is black people are going to be paid the right salary. Black people are not going to go to no field and pick no fruits and don't get paid for it. That's backbreaking work. The Latino community in America would be just fine if every last one of them was deported. You're talking about the ones who are illegal. Because not everybody in the Hispanic community are illegal. That's just bottom line, right? But you're saying about us joining together. Ma'am, we tried. We tried for years, even to the point that we were looking stupid, saying black and brown. That's how much we wanted a unification with black and brown as a collective of people. We've said black and brown need to join together, because if we together, we can literally run this country. Because between the black community and the Hispanic community, man, we can really do a lot of headway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we deal with discrimination, you know, and all that, so we can relate. And but no, ma'am, you need to do the research into LULAC and how they didn't even want to be classified as Mexican. They want to be classified as white. That's the big problem in your community, ma'am. Also, LULAC said about unifying with black people, when they had a chance to unify with black people, they said that they did not. That Felix Tiarina guy from LULAC, he said he did not want to unify with black people. Let black people fight their own problems, fight their own issues. I don't want nothing to do with them. I ain't trying to join with them. This is what people that lead your community, and LULAC is still in existence today.
Latinos of all backgrounds, do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' locker are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sir, bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
Mario and Mireya Alvarez found the American dream in Las Vegas.
Would you like some coffee?
They came to the U.S. from Mexico and Guatemala in the 80s. With his job in a supermarket and her job in a casino, they bought a house and raised 3 children. Now they wonder if their kids and grandkids will inherit that dream.
Is it still possible to do that for the younger generation?
That's my main concern right now. What's going to happen to our new generation? Nowadays, they're not even able to move out of their houses anymore because everything is so expensive.
Life wasn't expensive as it is right now.
We first met Mario back in February when he was seriously considering a vote for Donald Trump. He was undecided with previous votes for George W. Bush, Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Biden. At the last minute, he broke for Kamala Harris. But today, he's not upset about the results.
I'm kind of like more happy than upset. Why? Because Donald Trump is going to help the country with the economy.
The whole household is happy. Mireya and their 29-year-old son, Mario Jr., did vote for Trump.
Initially, I would say I did not agree with him. And then I started seeing that he was not afraid to speak his mind. And I noticed that he was not scared to say what he felt, regardless of what people would say. And I think I respect that about him.
So you liked his kind of brashness, his personality?
Yeah, I would say yes.
They're not alone. Across the country, Donald Trump made huge inroads with Latino voters. According to NBC exit polls, 55% of Latino men nationwide voted for Trump, a 19-point jump from 2020. Among Latina women like Mireya, an 8-point gain. And while Vice President Harris won a slight majority of the Latino vote overall, Trump increased his support 14 points from the last election. The top issue among Latino voters, like it is for the Alvarez family, the economy, with immigration a distant fourth. Mario and Mireya both crossed the border illegally as teenagers, but became citizens under President Ronald Reagan's amnesty. They see themselves as different from migrants crossing the border today.
In what way do you think they're different?
The people that are coming here are the criminals, you know? The ones that did something bad in their country, they're running away from their law.
Despite having close family members who are undocumented,
Migrant invasion.
they don't believe they'll end up in Trump's crosshairs.
When you hear Trump promise mass deportations, do you
Yes.
worry about them?
Yes and no, because the ones that I know, they're doing good. They're not breaking any laws.
I believe he's going to start deporting all the bad people.
Trump won over the Alvarez family and many like them. Whether the economy improves and who exactly he chooses to deport may determine if he keeps them.
My family is Latino, and a lot of them are immigrants. But at the end of the day, we're American.
Welcome back, guys. Now, let's talk about this siege video that sparked a lot of reactions, where a creator pushes back against the idea that Black Americans can be deported and breaks down the historical confusion around identity, immigration, and belonging in the US. This isn't about attacking anybody. This is about history, clarity, and context. One of the biggest points made in the video is this. There is a growing number of people who genuinely believe that Black Americans are immigrants in their own country. And that belief is wild when you really slow down and look at the history. Black Americans didn't arrive post-America. They were here before the country had a name, before the Constitution, before Ellis Island, before the waves of European immigration. That matters because when someone asks, where are you really from? And you say Georgia, Detroit, New York, and they keep pushing for another answer, what they are really saying is, you don't belong here. But history says otherwise. The stage creator isn't saying this from hatred. They are saying it from frustration with historical erasure. Now, here's where it gets delicate, and I want to be clear. This is analysis, not division. The transcript touches on tensions between Black and Latino communities, and instead of taking that as an insult or an attack, I think we need to listen to what the actual pain point is. The frustration isn't Latinos deserve harm. Absolutely not. The frustration is you can't say you need Black support, but in the same breath suggest that Black people are next or outsiders or somehow not American. That contradiction creates distrust. And that distrust doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes out of lived experience. And yes, targeting and profiling is happening to Latino and Asian communities right now. That's real. That's not exaggerated. Two truths can exist. People are being targeted, and Black Americans are not deportable because they are foundational to the country's creation. That's not arrogance, that's history. You see, one of the stage creators also said something that made people uncomfortable, but it was historically accurate. Black Americans are the only group in the United States who cannot be deported. That doesn't mean Black immigrants don't exist. They absolutely do. Caribbean, African, Afro-Latino families, real, deep, rich identities. But the distinction is important. Foundational Black Americans didn't come to America. They were forced to America and then forced to build it. So when someone asks, why weren't you deported to Africa? The answer is simple. Because America was built on Black labor, Black bodies, and Black survival. You can't deport the foundation. Now here's the part I want us to sit with. This isn't about competing for pain. This isn't about comparing trauma. This isn't about who suffers more. This is about understanding the system. The system thrives when communities misunderstand each other. When we talk past each other, when history gets blurred. If we don't anchor conversations, in fact, people end up arguing with ghosts instead of structures. And that's where Echo Room Vibe stands. We don't run from hard conversations, but we don't turn them into hate either. We analyze, we reflect, we think. Shout out again to the original creators of the Stitch videos. Their perspectives matter, their voices matter, and the discomfort this conversation creates actually means we are touching real issues instead of surface level noise. If this topic made you think, not rage, but think, then we are doing something right. Drop your thoughts in the comments respectfully, not to attack, not to dismiss, but to expand the conversation. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one. From Echo Room Vibes, peace out.